The subject of The Happiest Guy in the World, directed by Lance Oppenheim as an op-doc for the New York Times, is Mario Salcedo, aka Super Mario, a full-time resident on Royal Caribbean Cruises, who has never lived on land since quitting his job for a multinational corporation in 1997. It depicts Mario over 5 days as he lives aboard the MS Enchantment of the Seas. Although he interacts with a travelling couple and a family, and greets ship staff who he appears to have known for an extended period of time, the bachelor Mario is often in isolation from others, whether that time is spent on his computer, watching TV, smoking, eating, or swimming in the pool. The film's title is ironic, as the content prompts the audience to consider whether happiness is defined by a state of open joyfulness or one of contentment. In the documentary's accompanying article, Oppenheim noted that his intention was to crack what he perceived to be a facade and paradox in Mario's lifestyle, that he, quote, was not living the fantastical dream life as had been previously described by the media. Though Mario surrounds himself with throngs of anonymous tourists, he nevertheless is a private man who leads a relatively monastic life at sea to shirk away from the responsibilities that land life would dictate, unquote. This perception is initially supported by Mario's first instance of narration. Quote, "People come here for a vacation. I don't. I come here to live my life," unquote. The documentary can be considered multimodal, although it primarily follows the standards of the poetic mode. As defined by Bill Nichols, poetic documentaries, quote, often harvest, glean, or compile images from the world with relative indifference to the specific individuals or situations captured in order to shape proposals or perspectives on a general topic. The sense of any extended engagement between the filmmaker and the subject is frequently modest at best. The Happiest Guy in the World follows the standard by not providing an exact sequence of events during the 5 days spent with Mario. Instead, different sequences are edited in a manner to provide insight into his interactions and personal philosophy. For example, a discussion with a fellow passenger regarding the allowance of Fox News on guest TVs is juxtaposed with Mario drinking alone, as he narrates that his desire is to create a private space for himself. Towards the end of the film, however, there is a change of mode towards a participatory style, in which Mario's narrations throughout are revealed to have been recorded as part of a piece to camera. By combining Mario's routines unobtrusively but artfully, while also presenting his direct thoughts on the matter, his desire to share his lifestyle with others becomes apparent even if he is not the most social of people. According to Oppenheim, the visual style of the film is supposed to reflect how Mario views his cruise ship as a home. He also wanted to, quote, portray him in a manner reminiscent of space travel sci-fi films, untethered from our reality in a continual state of beautifully insightful, blissful ignorance, unquote. This is apparent in the documentary's colour timing, which stresses cool colours such as blue, while desaturating warmer colours such as yellow, thus reflecting not only the sea that Mario surrounds himself in, but also the calm demeanour he projects. Oppenheim's intentions of getting into Mario's headspace are also present in the shot types, in which there is a contrast between the controlled, wide establishing shots of the sea produced on Steadicam and the handheld close-ups of Mario. The interplay between content, mode, and style results in The Happiest Guy in the World emerging as a work which blurs the distinction between objective and subjective in its presentation of a man's alternative lifestyle. When recounting his initial perception of his happiest guy compared to what came out of the filming experience, Oppenheim remarked, quote, "I'm not sure if we ever cracked him open, but I ultimately discovered that merely documenting what I perceived to be a fantastical facade, and how that facade grew legs and became a reality for Mario, to be more interesting cinematically. This was achieved by unobtrusively observing Mario while juxtaposing his contrasting routines mixed with recorded self-examination and a visual style figuratively and literally reflecting his attitudes."